On this episode of the Big Success Show, how to know which opportunities to say no to.
Big Success with the Professor and Mary-Lynn.
One of my earliest businesses was a construction business. We found 2 houses that we planned to buy, remodel, and sell.
Oh, you're going to flip a house.
Flip a house. That's the terminology now. Back then, that hadn't caught on as a term yet. Well, here's the thing. The seller was facing a significant cash flow squeeze due to overexpansion, so we were able to get a great deal on these 2 houses. We completed the acquisition, but then another opportunity presented itself. I'm young. I got all kinds of energy. And boy, now I got a chance to even grow more and grow faster, right? So this one was a vacant lot where we could build a spec house, a speculative house, a house we build on speculation, meaning that instead of buying the house for a specific customer, we would buy the house and build it and then look for the buyer. So my initial instinct was to pass on the spec house. We've got enough to do already. But I'm not a pass kind of guy.
Especially back then, right?
Yeah. Besides, all 3 properties made me feel like saying no would actually mean missing out on an opportunity to make more profit. So I said, yes. Now, at first, it felt energizing, productive, successful even. But a few months later, our cash flow was tight. Just like the seller of the 2 houses, I had overextended myself, both in terms of financial capital and human capital. Simply stated, I felt like, remember that doll, Stretch Armstrong? I feel pulled in all directions. And by trying to do more, I accomplished less. And I learned my lesson the hard way.
Welcome to the Big Success Show, where we help you create the life you want. Hi, I'm Mary-Lynn.
And I'm George, the Professor.
In this episode, we're going to explore why more opportunities can actually slow your success, the hidden costs behind every yes, how to create filters that protect your future, a simple framework to confidently decide what deserves your time, and how to say no without feeling guilty. Let's start with why successful people and ambitious people struggle most with saying no.
And here's the funny thing about growth, Mary-Lynn. The more successful you become, the more opportunities show up. Now, at first, this feels like proof that things are working, and it is. But eventually, success creates a new challenge, complexity.
Boy, just when you think you've got it all figured out, something else comes along, right?
Absolutely right.
And when you're starting out, your problem is usually lack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you're growing, your problem becomes, like you just said, Professor, too many opportunities.
Yeah, and if you don't learn how to filter these opportunities, you can slowly drift away from the life and business you were trying to create.
So let's talk about how more opportunities can slow your success. Now, we've already established that at the beginning of your journey, the problem is usually not enough opportunity. And then as you grow, the problem becomes too many opportunities. And if you're not careful, every new option can pull you further away from the life that you actually want.
That's because not all opportunities are equal. Some are aligned with your future. Others are distractions that look productive. The challenge is knowing the difference.
That's very good. So why do people just jump at all opportunities? Well, most people don't overcommit because they're strategic. You were trying to be strategic in the story you shared early on.
You think you're being strategic.
But what happens is we overcommit because we're afraid. Afraid of missing out, afraid of disappointing people, afraid saying no will close doors, afraid of saying no might result in not having this growth of profit that you were hoping for, afraid another opportunity won't come.
Yeah, that reminds me, Mary-Lynn, of a quote or a story about Warren Buffett. He says every college graduate should get a matchbook. And every time you have a great idea, you pull out a match. And when your matchbook is empty, you're done. Don't come up with any more new ideas.
That's still a lot of ideas to come up with.
20 over your lifetime. But we know entrepreneurs who come up with 20 in a party.
They'd be done with that matchbook in like 1 week. But the thing is, every match you pull out of the book comes with a hidden price tag. Every one of those ideas, every opportunity you say yes to, you've got to put in the time, energy, attention, and focus to get it done. And sometimes that pulls on your peace.
And when you say yes to too many things, you risk losing momentum on the things that matter most. And something you've heard us say here on Big Success is, if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. That's exactly what happens when we keep saying yes without thinking carefully.
Here's the hidden cost behind every yes. Most people only look at the upside of an opportunity. They ask, how much money could this make? Or how exciting would this be? Or how big could this become for growth?
But wise people ask a different question. What will this cost me? Because every yes automatically creates a no somewhere else.
A yes to another project may mean less time with family. A yes to a side hustle may mean less energy for your main goal. A yes to more commitments may mean less peace, rest, or clarity.
That's why focused people often outperform busy people. They protect their energy instead of scattering it.
And now the big question is, how do you decide what deserves a yes? Use this simple 3-part opportunity filter framework before committing to anything new. The first part, ask yourself, does this opportunity align with my long-term vision?
Now, this is a big question. This is about the biggest question you can ask. Does this opportunity support the life you truly want? Or does it pull you away from it? Something can be profitable, but still be wrong for you. Something can sound exciting and still be a distraction. That's why clarity matters so much. If you don't know where you're going, every opportunity feels important.
And this is one reason why we created the Big Success Life Map course, to help people get crystal clear about what matters most so they can stop building life by accident. Because clarity makes decision making so much easier. And you can learn more about our course at lifemapcourse.com. The second part of the opportunity filter framework is ask yourself, does this opportunity support my current priority?
Even good opportunities can become bad timing. For example, you simply just cannot pursue 10 major goals at once and expect anything good to happen of it all.
Even though we entrepreneurs think we can, right?
Absolutely. Every
It's
entrepreneur I know.
yes, but it cannot be done. And maybe right now your focus is growing your business, improving your health, paying off debt, finishing your book, building recurring income, or simplifying your life. Your opportunities should support your current focus, not compete with it.
A helpful question is, if I say yes to this opportunity, what is going to have to receive less attention? Because something always does.
And the third part of our 3-part opportunity filter framework is ask yourself, what will this opportunity cost me? And this question changes everything. Before saying yes, you need to count the real cost.
And this cost comes in many forms. We like to say time and money, part of the 5 elements of big success. But you think about what that comes down to. Time also means mental energy. It means focus. It means creativity, relationships, stress, lost momentum.
Sometimes the smartest opportunity is the one you decline.
hmm
Don't just ask, can I do this? Ask, should I do this? And Professor, I think you would agree those are 2 very different questions.
You better believe it. You can become extremely efficient at building a life you don't actually want.
Oh man, isn't
Talk
that
about miserable,
yeah.
right? And so that's why clarity has to come before productivity. Make sure you know what kind of life you're trying to build before you optimize your schedule, before you chase more growth, and before you say yes to another opportunity.
Okay, so I think we've convinced our listeners that it's good and okay to say no. And I think it's easier to say no to yourself, but when you have to say no to someone else,
Oh,
that gets hard. So
yes.
how do we say no to someone who presents an opportunity without feeling guilty?
Thank you for thinking of me.
I like
See how
that.
simple that is?
hmm
Respectful, professional, even.
So be grateful. I love that. Another way to say no without feeling guilty is to put focus on right now.
For example, I'm fully committed right now.
Yeah, that's hard to argue with.
It is.
Hey, I'm just filled up. I can't do it. And then the third way is to stop answering immediately. One powerful habit is don't say yes right there on the spot or don't say no right there on the spot. Just create some space before deciding.
Just something as simple as, let me think about that, and I'll get back to you. That simple pause can save you months, may I say years, of frustration.
Well, and I think as entrepreneurs, we want to be thoughtful about what we say yes and no to. And
Absolutely.
it gives you time to go through the 3-part opportunity filter framework and make sure that you're making the right decision for you. And that brings us to this episode's big assignment from the professor.
This week, write down your single biggest priority. Then create a list called Automatic No's. Write down the types of opportunities that distract you from your bigger vision. Now, before you say yes to anything new, ask, does this align with my long-term vision? Does this support my current priority? What will this cost me? If it doesn't pass all three filters, defer it or decline it. Watch how much clarity and peace this creates.
Now, time for our big takeaway.
Every yes has a hidden cost, and the opportunities you reject are often just as important as the ones you pursue.
Big success doesn't come from chasing everything, it comes from focusing on what matters most.
Clarity protects your future, focus builds momentum, and aligned decisions create a life full of meaning. That's big success.
Want more practical tools to help you create a clearer vision and make smarter decisions? Join our community at bigsuccess.com/join for weekly encouragement and actionable ideas to help you create the life you truly want.
And come connect with us on social media at Big Success. We'd love to hear what opportunity you've decided to say no to.
And next time, what if balance isn't something you earn later? Find out how more people are challenging the old work now, live later model. Be sure to follow the Big Success Show podcast so you never miss an episode.
We thank you so much for listening. Until next time,
Here's to your big
success.
Find Big Success at BIGG Success.com.